afraid of you.
You should be.
Alrighty, I went and saw Lord of the Rings, The War for Rohirrim, and I was one of the very few people who went and saw this. Matter of fact, in my theater, there was only one other person in the theater, and it was the smallest theater. So, not a whole lot of people went and saw this. This is an animated prequel spin-off film for Lord of the Rings. And they even in the advertisement, the one advertisement I saw that was like a month before it was coming out, kind of used the Lord of the Rings imagery to be like, look, from the people from Lord of the Rings, that stuff you love. But I get that they had a hard time to sell this because it is anime. So it's like a niche of a niche. Like a lot of people don't like animated stuff. And then you're throwing in that it's anime, and then you're making your audience even smaller, even though as Western audiences, we have started to embrace anime even more than 20, 30 years ago when, I first got into it. It's still a hard sell. And this movie, I could totally see why no one's going to go see this. And hopefully Warner Brothers will not take this as a sign and never make another anime movie again. But I thought this was a pretty interesting film. I enjoyed it. I will buy this and watch it again. But it was not flawless by any means, and I just feel like it could have been better. So, in this film, you've got Brian Cox plays King of Rohan, Helm Hammerhead. He's got two sons and a daughter, and this lord kind of challenges him a little bit. They get in a fight. He accidentally kills him, and then you have this his son Wolf, who ends up kind of leading a rebellion against the king. I will say this story focuses a lot on Hera, King Hammerhead's daughter. And I've already heard online that, she's not an important character in whatever this is based off. I'm not a Tolkien fanatic or originalist. So obviously that didn't bother me. I just watched it as a movie and didn't really focus on whether or not this character should be doing this because I don't really know. So that would be a negative for some people if you want everything to be exactly as it is. But the way I understand it is a lot of these stories and spinoffs and things that we're doing now are using very vague, Cliff Note type stuff to base these stories off. So it's kind of up to the director, the creator of whatever the adaptation is to kind of go the way they want to go. Maybe that's not the case with this, but that's kind of the gist I got. Hera is an interesting character. She reminded me a lot of other anime heroines, heroes from before. I thought she was an interesting character, and I liked the whole story with her. I will say the animation sometimes, especially in still moments, is really breathtaking. And there were several scenes in this movie. There's a lot of snowy scenes towards the end that are really cool looking. But then there was other times when it felt really cheap. Anytime they would do motion or 360 camera whip arounds, it just looked weird and cheap sometimes. The frame rate seemed slow, and maybe they were going for that 1980s look and style of anime, but we've gotten a lot more modern animated things now, and maybe that's just me being picky, and I've gotten used to how things can look so much better than the way they did back in the day. It's definitely a style. I'm sure some people will like it, but for me, I was that was one of the negatives for me. It could have been better. I will say it's a little bit of a longer movie, a slower burn. Some people may not like that. I mean, if you like Lord of the Rings, that should not be a complaint for you because those movies are all long, especially the extended editions. As a little spin-off story, has a couple cool action scenes, got a bunch of new characters I didn't know anything about. I enjoyed it. like I said, I'll be buying this and adding it to the collection and watching it again. I enjoyed it. Did it blow me away? Does it have quite the epic feel of the original Lord of the Rings movies or The Hobbit? No. I don't even know if this is quite as good as the Amazon Rings of Power show. Just as far as scale and like epicness, I don't feel it reaches that level. But anyways, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. And until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.